like spending mad amount of money like Loktar, like
Dude,
you reach a point where you like either don't want to spend anymore or you can't spend that much.
right, like I look
So,
at him
but
in the ranking and he like fights for first place every time.
yeah, basically it's like eventually he's gonna get tired of the game because of how he's like he's basically just collecting at this point, right? It's just maxing it all out. So
Dude, he's
everyone else is like where I'm at is that like I feel like if I like make like max out my SP on this one team and then like slightly focus on the second team, there will be instances where like I continue to beat him like I did before.
right.
I just like at this point right now, because like what was it? The New Worlds,
Hmm.
my main team beats two of his, but it can't get to the third. Like
Which
once I get
is
to the third, it's like, I already my five has already like been depleted, kind of. So it's like if I
that's
have a
his main
second
team.
team,
Is that his main team?
oh, he switches us around, but I can beat his main team. But if I beat his main team, he has like the other two, and the other two is basically they're all 11 stars. SBs are basically around twos, like all of it twos at the lowest. So he has like basically everyone is like either half SP or full SP.
I know people don't like to talk about this a lot, but like let's be real here. Like how much money do you think that dude spent?
See, I mean, if you, it's, I mean, on average, it's about like what, like $100 for one copy of a UR, right?
Right.
Like give or take.
Mhm.
Um, I mean, if you do batch order, it's like a little bit cheaper. It's like what, like 65, 60.
Yeah.
I don't even think he batch orders those people because like I feel like he goes ham on the leaderboards and then he gets like the max amount of copies. So let's just say he fully maxes, each of his carries out and it's like 19 copies. That's 2K on his own.
Yeah.
And right now he has like two teams of like almost full SP. So that alone right there is already like 20K. And then if you look like closer into his like equipment, like his
His
like main
runes,
DPS,
his relics,
yeah,
like
like
everything. Yeah.
the runes or whatever, right? Like it's like because the worlds came out, like you literally they give that shit out for free.
When you say
But
worlds, you're
then
talking about the world arena?
yeah, like I
Right.
mean, if you like place at least top 16,
Mhm.
you're getting like like the new runes, like you can
Tons of
upgrade your
medals.
overlay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
like
getting tons
basically
of
you get
medals.
all the materials you need, so that's fine.
And that's
But then if
good.
you look into how far he upgraded, let's say I don't know what they people call it, that potential, like when you go in potential and then there's like their gear,
Mhm.
like one of Blackbeard's like Admiral's hat.
Oh yeah, just potential level.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like his is like easy high too.
Yeah. That's another thing too. Like
So
there's layers and you don't even know what his
yeah, so
stamp book looks like.
yeah,
You don't
so
know what his spirit book looks like. Like
yeah,
it his
exactly. So like
ships.
because like if you're playing as saying like so you don't get burnt out, like that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to get bored of the game.
Yeah.
Like you're trying like when you go to headquarters, you like make 5 stars out of 4 stars, so that you're not like let's say summoning as much, and then like if you need a certain character, you're not like using the faction crystals and then like transfer and then swapping, right, switching and whatever.
Mhm.
So he's not even doing that. Like I feel like he's just basically summoning because there's no way like you're getting that many 3 stars and 4 stars.
Oh yeah, he's buying.
Yeah,
He's
so
just
like see like
buying,
he's
man.
buying, yeah, that one event where it's like question mark, you get to buy what you want.
Right.
Like he's probably buying more 3 stars there, more 4 stars there because they do sell it and it's like a lot. So it's like it's he's basically using his 4 stars, 3 stars to upgrade that, and that's the big bump. Then that also costs us, like a few $100s every week for just that alone. And then also his equipment is like I think he has like let me check real quick. Uh, his equipment alone, I think the highest he has is like I don't even know how many stars is this. It's 11 stars.
What?
Yeah, like
Dude.
you look at his if you look at his 1 Blackbeard, he has like his potential level is like 340. I'm telling you right now, like that's a lot. It's
Yeah,
like
that
right
that
now,
is a lot.
I stopped mine at 200. I'm like, it's not even worth it going up there. And then his equipment is like one of them is has like 6 red stars, so that's like
I have a theory, all right, that that very well could be like a developer.
yeah, no, like the thing is that like I've been
You know what I mean?
okay, so like if you're spending money, right,
He might not even be
and let's
spending
say
money. Like they that like this is just a
yeah,
theory.
yeah,
This is just a
yeah,
theory, just
it's
due to
just
the
like we're
amount every single time he's put in every single event, besides the triple summons, because he's already got all of them. He
mhm,
puts in first, and he gets this, he gets that, he gets everything on time. Like he's either got money like that, or he's a developer on like a straight up test account or something, and just
mhm.
doing his thing. You know.
Yeah, so like I mean I'm looking through all the accounts, right? It's basically all his units basically has the lowest equipment is 9 stars, and the highest is of course 11 stars. I guess that's where it's capped.
Mm,
All his main units, like his main team, is at 340 potential level, and then let me see. Yeah, basically all of them are like that, and then they're all full SP, and like it's,
yeah.
it's basically it's all bot, right? Because basically we all kind of reach VIP 15 at the same time. So it's like if you were idling all the rewards and everything, we'll be at the same pace. And there's no way. But yeah, like I kind of already had the feeling that he was, he could be a dev because
Could
like
be
there's no way, let's say you spend that much
for real.
and then not want to get the like the first place badge. Like,
For
since
real.
that he
Yeah.
has stats. So like sometimes like I noticed it before where like basically makes a sprint in like the first day or three, like
Mhm.
like he'll just be at the top and all of a sudden like he'll just stop. And then like, people surpass him and then he just gets stuck with like the fourth place badge or like the third place. But I'm just like if I was in that same position where I'm already at that amount, I would just keep going and then get that first place badge because like it gives you like pretty big stats for the overall team and then that make that
Exactly. I
main
just
unit
yeah.
itself as well.
I'll make another point here, and then we can like move on.
Yeah.
He he's a ghost too. Like I don't think I've ever seen him in the previous Discord, this Discord.
Oh,
Like
he's in
so,
this
like
one.
where is he getting his information? Is this dude even North America? Like you know what I mean? Like what? How does this guy know? Like yep, get this character, get all these characters, whatever. Like he's in the mix, you know? Like
Yeah, but that's the thing though. It's like he's in this server. He talks sometimes, but he says he doesn't
so he
like
is
to talk
human.
much.
So he is human.
Yeah, so like
Okay.
so he comes in and like I remember when I dropped my bounty to test out some things, he was like, "Where have you been?" And that's when we started talking. But he doesn't talk much.
That's
He's
dope.
in the server you are in right now. So it's like that's why it's like
Who,
up in
me?
the air. Yeah, the one that
52?
no, the server, what's it called? That I
Oh,
the
World
Discord
Arena?
server I invited you in. Yeah.
Oh, this server. He's in this Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he's just under like a low
He
key
should
name.
be he should be in Loktar the one. I think that's what his
Oh,
name
okay.
is on there. But
Okay.
but yeah, I mean he's like chill.
That's
But he
cool.
said he doesn't like talk much. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. But
He
as
just
far as
spends,
like
if he does spend a lot of money, I can understand why he doesn't talk much because some of these people in these Discords, they really do think like money grows on trees and spending all this money is cool and glorious, but it's like, I mean, real life is real life, so I mean, I can understand why
yeah,
he doesn't probably say too much. They would probably
but yeah, but that's
swarm
the thing
him with
about
money.
Loktar is you can't let's say like because most of us like we do the research, right? Like, oh, or it's like just being biased. Like, if let's say like Rogers comes out, regardless he's good or not, I'm more than likely gonna grab him, maybe.
Mhm. Mhm.
But that's just because it's Rogers. But
Mhm.
then with like Loktar, he literally has like almost every UR that came out.
Yeah.
So like it's not even like he's like knows what's good and what's not
He's
because
just
he
doing
went
it.
ham. Yeah, he's just basically grabbing everyone. So that's why
Crazy.
like I don't want to do that because eventually like there's gonna be a wall like you hit right because like there's a cap.
Exactly.
I feel like that's when he's gonna get burnt out.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's human, you know, like I got burnt out at some point, you know, and I've spent a decent amount of money in the game and was playing, making content on it, and I necessarily could say I got burnt out, but then again, not really. Just like about a month and a half I was gone, but anyway, so looking at this tier list, all right, so what out of like all of these newer characters come out that's like most coolest slash interesting slash powerful to you? Like you've got young
Most
Rayleigh, you've got Shiki, Yamato's a
okay.
beast, you know.
See, so SSS right, the triple S, that should be there shouldn't be a lot of people up there. So it's like when I made this, this was before
Bullet.
UR Kuma came out.
Kuma, okay. Oh yeah, he's
Yeah.
not up here too.
So that's why Gear 4 is up there.
Okay.
So now I would move Gear 4 down to SS.
Really?
Because of all the characters that are coming out right now, they're all coming out with a kit that basically has cleanse. And Gear 4 is like he's basically like one of Luffy, right? That's damage, and then but now they're adding in like he's AOE, it's crazy damage, um, and then tanks damage like crazy as well, and he has CC. He's
And
like a full kit.
yeah, I read it. It
But
was monstrous.
yeah, like I wanted him, but I'm like waiting out right now. But right now, like the only thing that changed is that Kuma is SS as well, but Wano Marco is technically the only one that I would put in Triple S.
Yeah.
The only because right now, like technically, the only counter for Wano Marco is Rayleigh. That's why he's
Young
like,
Rayleigh?
yeah, young Rayleigh. Yeah,
Mm.
for me, like I feel like every non UR is fodder, right? Like eventually, you're not going to use them at all.
Yeah,
They're just food. So
right.
yeah, so basically, young Ray, he's that high because he's technically like the only true counter to Wano Marco. The anti heal, and then like he's a great damage dealer when you're
Very,
counting the fact
very good
like
damage dealer, yeah.
yeah he like basically shreds the front line like crazy.
Yeah, it's scary. I
Uh,
was like reading his SP4 like fourth move and it's like he gets like a stack up to like a certain amount and he gets crit 5% crit level each stack and
mm-hmm,
he can resist death. And I've seen like resisting death has become like very common
mm-hmm.
in these
But
new
that's
like
that's
ultra rares.
yeah, but that's the one like one thing though like
Like bullet resist death too. And if you
mm-hmm,
level it up to level 4, he can resist death 2 times in
mm-hmm.
one battle. That's insane.
Yeah, so that's why like but then that's like but like he's like really strong, right? But like he's not triple S level because like
No, no,
the way that
no.
you counter him is you just move Marco to the back, and then you move the tanks up front and just build crit res.
Bullet though is
So that's
very
why
interesting as well. Like I feel like do you feel like nobody really knows him too well, like thinks he's too good yet or what do you think?
he's like basically if you look at say all the DPS that we have, right?
Mm.
You can mirror someone's build or just use a generic DPS build and it will work for almost every single one of the DPS
He kind of
until you like
mimics Katakuri in a way, you know? The
mm-hmm.
attacking
Yeah,
everyone and stuff like that.
so that's what I'm saying. It's like Bullet is like one of those guys that's going to like be up in the air. Like a lot of people are going to think he's bad, and a lot of people think he's going to be really great. There's going to be no middle ground. That's what I feel like. That's why when you ask me if he was good, I think he's good, right? But
He's not
it's
like
going to
top tier.
be. I feel like he could be, but that's the thing. Like
He
Bullet's so
could be.
weird. Like his
He
kit
could be.
is yeah, because like everyone like let's say like Young Ray, Mihawk, and like stuff like that. Like they're pure damage. So you read their kit and you know exactly what to put on there. Like you basically build them almost like a
Crit
glass cannon.
damage,
So
obviously.
like young Ray, like he resists death, so it's like you don't really have to put anything that
Revive or
um
nothing.
you like yeah basically try to keep him alive, make him a little tankier. Like you basically build him pure damage.
Exactly.
And like Enma, a lot of people are gonna like I feel like for him like for me I feel like he's like that budget UR that everyone overlooks just because let's say like he's a pirate.
Mhm.
Everyone kind of just looks at Yonkos and then the legends, of course. But like, so for Young Ray, right, you just basically stack the front, move Marco back, and then Marco just continues to do his thing. And
Okay.
then like Mihawk, uh, I put him in S. Like he, technically kind of belongs in SS, but I just don't see it yet. Like where I'm at, he
Right.
basically attacks the back line. So if you move, let's say, the tanks back to the back line, he's you just countered him.
So where you're at in the top ranking of the game within the North American servers, like you literally look at the enemy teams and you place characters against them.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, so it's like
So
for
like you
me
make it
to
you make
play.
it personal. Like you
Mhm,
go out of your way to like, okay, I need to put him here because I know he's gonna attack here mostly and stuff
mhm.
like that.
So I mean,
Okay,
it's like
wow.
because like if you think about it, it's like everyone overlooked Enma, right? But then when you let's say max out, completely, like I maxed him out. He adds in an extra stack, the tag for his for that death below 20%.
Mm.
So now, like, rather than just doing one, he's actually placing two. But then if you combo, that's another chance.
Two M attacks on two different people.
Yeah, and then it's not even just the front line. So he hits the front line, and then there'll be a random tag somewhere in the back line.
Wow. Yeah, I
So
think
you're not,
he is definitely slept on. I need to start going for
yeah.
him because you can
So
get his
I
SP
mean,
all the way up and everything.
yeah, I'll make a like a video, more videos of him. But like, I mean, there's some already on my channel. But
Mhm.
basically, when I maxed him, it was just like he just exploded. It's just you're hitting the front line. That's where I normally see, right? There'll be a tag in the front line. That's about it. And then like, I have to get to the through the front line to get to the back line. But now it's like different. Like before when he's like faster than my 1-0 Blackbeard right now. So before
Wow.
when I was testing him out, 1-0 Blackbeard would go in, first turn, stun, and then Enma places his tag. Second turn, wipe, Blackbeard would just go in and clean up, and then Enma just finishes it off when he goes in with his tags.
Yeah, I need to
So
start
he's
getting
like,
ammo.
yeah, like Enma's really good. Like I built him as like a glass cannon, and the only thing about him is that like you have to keep him alive.
Okay.
And that's basically it. And then like if you can, let's say you pair him up with let's say like Bullet or Kuma, who like but you have to make them faster than Enma because if on turn two, if he has no debuffs on him, he does more damage.
Okay.
So I think like he's definitely slept on. Like Young Ray, like he and Mihawk is gonna damage Enma like naturally, right? But the thing is that like you can move your team like front line, back line, and you counter them. So like that's
And
for me.
Emma's
That's why.
free. Emma's free
Yeah,
too.
Enma is just basically you're getting one tag for sure in the front line, whoever he decides to attack, and then a random tag will be placed in the back line. But on combo, the percentage is like like you can have more than two tags per turn.
That's good. That's good.
So it's not even like I've seen where he deletes two people in the back line and had a tag on the front line. So that's three tags in that one turn.
Another thing, he bans counterattack for all units on the
Mm-hmm.
battlefield. So does that count for your units as well?
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons why like I ran him with Wano Luffy. It took away his counter attack, but it gives you 10%
Yeah, I feel
max
like they
HP.
did that. I feel like they did that intentionally.
So it's like you have to play around him like a lot. Like basically you wouldn't, use him for with the normal Ray. Then normal Ray just be useless.
Right, right. but it would
But then
also like
like with
render the enemy team useless as well.
yeah.
So like I feel like I would put
Hmm.
him personally on like the team that's like I would put him with Wano Luffy on my second team. Like currently I'm trying to get like one of my Wano Luffy's 11 stars, and I think now I'm gonna start targeting Imazuro to go with that 10% HP buff towards him. Because like if I was to
Yeah, so
put
you do that. Yeah.
Imazuro on Bullet's team, like Bullet
Hmm.
counterattack is like almost essential in his kit because he adds suppression to him once he gets attacked. So
So that's one thing about Enma. Like I guess you wouldn't want him to be a bullet,
right.
but you want him to be with like a cleanser. Like Kuma would be great. Like he would just cleanse the team, or like some of the legends. So just they have like most legends have the cleanse. So like
Okay.
he works well. He just can't be faster in them.
Okay.
Like turn two, even if he has CC on him as well, like most people, whenever you stun them or taunt them, they're
Mhm.
useless turn two, let's say, right? But
Right.
like Enma turn two, if he has debuff, he just cleanses himself. He just does reduced damage, but he'll still apply the tags.
Right. Yeah, he's
So it's like
good.
Enma's hit is like really good. It's just he's he has low survivability. So that's why you have to kind of run him with Wano Marco or someone like Crocus,
Okay.
like someone that heals, that like keep him alive.
Right. Right.
But I
Um,
mean, like
what about
my
someone
tier.
else? What about someone else on this tier list? Pick out like one other person you think is like pretty good right now on this tier list between
So
these
for
top
me,
tier.
let's see. I think Wano Kuzin is slept on.
Mm,
I personally left him in S, but I feel like he belongs in SS. But I haven't personally tested him out, and like a lot of people have not even built him.
right. I never
Like
see him.
um, let's see, Rai, he has him. But the thing is that like another point is let's see, Enma, he's not a standalone DPS.
Mm,
Like one of Blackbeard is a standalone. Let's say like Yamato or like Young Ray, Mihawk, they're standalone. Like you can put them on a team and they'll
mm.
do their thing, damage, whatever. Enma is basically us like he
He's
sets up
reliable.
the
He's
kills.
reliable.
Like yeah, like you can't run let's say like two tanks, two support, and then expect Enma to like carry the team.
He's
Like he
just
sets up
he's there
for
to
another
close the
DP.
deal, kind of like Shanks in a way, like where like other people do damage, or he goes in and debuffs the enemy
Cleans
and
up.
cleans up.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's great. Like Enma is great, but the thing is that like he's great for the tag. So like if my Enma comes in, does no damage, I don't mind that as long as he places his tags, then he does his job. Like
Exactly.
my Wano Blackbeard is my main carry, so like Wano Blackbeard would one it's either if Wano Blackbeard is let's say quicker,
Mm.
Enma cleans up. But if Wano Blackbeard as of right now is slower, Enma sets up for Wano Blackbeard to clean up.
Okay, so
It's like one or the other.
if there was a future encore event for like anybody that hasn't gotten Wano Blackbeard or Wano Marco, who do you think should be the target between Wano Blackbeard and Wano Marco if there's a
Wano
future encore?
Marco for sure. Wano
Alright.
Marco is that like must. And
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
so like so Wano Kuzin, he stuns T2. Not a lot of people have CC in turn two. It's mainly like turn one or like turn three, something like that.
Mhm.
So it's like he's like a Wano Kuzin is like one of those guys that's kind of like not a standalone DPS as well.
Mhm.
But so like my overall build, like I picked out that Wano Blackbeard was my main tank, my main DPS. That's basically what I'm building my team around. So for me was how I built my team was Wano Blackbeard stuns turn one and three, and then I got Wano Kuzin basically just to fill that turn two because he basically CCs turn two that last two turns. So like my theory, around that build was basically turn one through three. If the enemy CC, like you won the game in the first three turns.
Right. Right.
Right? It
Another
just
thing
depends on how
too,
the
I just noticed Wano Perona SS. You really believe she's like that good?
she's up there. But the thing is, it all comes down to the build
Okay.
because she basically soaks up damage, and she's not like a counter attacker like let's say like one on Luffy, right? Where it's
Mhm.
just basically just counter attack, basic attack.
Mhm.
She soaks up damage and throws it back. So
Interesting.
like if you build her wrong, she dies before she basically unloads that damage. But if like she's alive and she can unload that damage, she does crazy damage.
Right. Okay.
So that's why she's like on the very edge.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's cool. Yeah, this is definitely a new dope tier list. I think this is pretty tight. I think this is a pretty tight tier list, and Kuma and Bullet are still like pretty new units, so like I feel like they still don't even deserve to be on this tier list yet. Um, Many people don't really have them, you know. So
Yeah.
it's a
I
pretty good
mean,
new tier list. I like it, you know, and I think that this about covers the tier list section here. I want to move on to some other things. So I'm going to pull those up now. Um, let's see here. Okay, so we've got this screenshot here that says new game mode here. Alright. Can you see that?
not yet.
Okay, so this right here, um,
But no, I don't see it yet.
okay. Do you see it? The
No. Let me see. Okay, yeah.
alright, alright. So this right here, um, it's in Japanese, and this is also posted in your Discord, so you know, this is technically public information, got it from somewhere. Um, it's in Japanese, you know, so like this is probably a good time away from, you know, um, whenever we're supposed to get this, you know, we probably still got a lot of time, but like I saved like all those screenshots, like I just pulled up this one first. So like what we're looking at here, boys, is like time tickets. You know, we're looking at seashells. Um, this is pretty interesting, no?
Yeah. So it's basically I feel like it's gonna be like one of those board games, right?
Hmm.
So it's still like it has that kind of gotcha like essence to it. And to be honest, like I'm pretty excited about that event because like basically you're gonna be rolling the dice and you're gonna move along. It's basically like what, like Marvel Party.
Okay.
So and then you're gonna get and like everything here is like really, like really good. Like rune shards, the time tickets, and then the stamp tickets. Like those are like what's needed, like end game, basically. You're gonna like right now is like I feel like everyone is chasing URs,
Hmm.
but it's like you should be focusing, let's say, on your main team, like building that core, right? Like let's say if you just pick out like three units that you absolutely want to run. Like for me, it was Wano Marco, Odin, and then Wano Blackbeard, one of each. Build around them, and then the last two is honestly up to you how you want to build. You can put two more DPS in, another tank, another DPS, whatever it is, and
Okay.
then these new events that are coming out, they're more for late game progress. Basically, let's say like where I'm at right now is I'm not chasing like every UR anymore. I'm just basically if someone fits the role that I'm,
Neat.
yeah, like basically it has to be a need. So
You're
like let's say like
saving
a
up, you
new
know.
DPS comes out. Mm-hmm. Like let's say like gear five, let's just say.
Joy
He's
Boy
more than likely
Luffy.
going to be,
Joy Boy
yeah.
Luffy.
So like he's going to be,
He's gonna
so
come
he's going to
out.
be
He's gonna come out.
Yonko or either let's say pirate. If he's like on an off chance he's a pirate and his kit is like,
I think he'll
of
be
course, like
Yonko.
yeah, for sure he's gonna be Yonko.
He's
So
gotta
like
be.
if he's Yonko, he's up in the air for me. Like I don't know if I need him yet, but let's say if he's a pirate, he's a really good replacement for let's say Enma.
Okay.
Um, then I would go for him. But like most of these new events, they're more catered towards people that are trying to, let's say, reforge their runes, because like it's really expensive.
Yeah.
Like to do, let's say, an overlord, it takes like almost 4,000 rune shards, and then if you're doing like the new runes when it's max, it's 6 to 7,000
Wow.
per reforge. So like these new events are giving you like 1K, per purchase, whatever. Like it's that's what it's basically for. And then the time tickets will always be great. And then the stamps, I feel like everyone's overlooking that, but that gives like you like pretty big stat boost.
Yeah.
Rather than getting a new UR, that's what you should be focusing on, is enhancing everything else.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
this new event is gonna be like the World Arena, the new event that we got. Like it's basically trying to help you progress without having to get new URs. That's how I see it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Because all the materials that comes with it, and more Summit War and Sabo as well, to where you could like now transfer SP as well. That
Yeah,
way
so
you
like
don't have to go and
yeah, like basically
get all those
Sabo's
copies.
getting yeah, like all the new legends that are coming out is basically pushing Sabo way back down the tier list, right?
Right.
But then it's like he's actually very valuable because of
He
Worlds
is good.
Arena.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah, like you can basically max him, and he'll still compete. And
Oh
he's
yeah.
actually way easier to max now because of Worlds Arena. You basically get a free
One a
copy
month.
every month.
One a month. Like you'll
Yeah.
have him
Mm-hmm.
maxed quick, and some people like myself and you and many others already have him way up there. So like, half a year from now, you're looking at like a full SP level 4 Sabo, and his stats are
Yeah.
amazing. Like literally just to
Yeah, because
throw him on
like
another team, it's crazy.
yeah, because honestly, I just feel like eventually every character is gonna get basically left behind. That's just how the game is. But then
Mhm.
like you have like the ability to transfer, so that's like like there's no bad unit technically out
Exactly.
there because you can always transfer them later on. But for right now, like I feel like the most valuable legend to get is Sabo. If you have him already, that's great. And then like you just slowly max him and then just transfer him to another legend that comes out.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking about like if I can, like I think for me and probably like a bunch of other people watching this video, like I think it's like trying to progress our other teams now as well, because like
Mhm.
most of our main teams are pretty good, but like it's now progressing our other teams to where like we can get in on World Arena and all these new events are going to be coming out and get the opportunity to get that, because if I had those Sabo shards coming in, I would probably, um, I don't know, I'm thinking about Bullet, I'm thinking about like the potential of like maxing out Bullet, maxing out Sabo, stuff like that, or future legends, Um, so there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good points and everything, and it's looking good for the future of the game. It's like Slack. It's room to breathe. You don't have to buy everything. Like they're slowly making everything achievable if you just put in the time and expand your strength among multiple teams. You have to literally have like 3 teams to get in there.
Mhm.
Another thing
I
too. Do
mean,
you think what we're looking at here? Do you think this is all free? Like this is a new event like World Arena that people can compete in, save up these seashells, and eventually
I
purchase this
I
stuff?
feel like it won't be, just because of like to the left of the screen is going to be those, yeah, basically it's you're basically getting a little bit of whatever is going to be in there, the seashells maybe
Right.
in each one, so it's basically going to be like the encore event.
Okay. Let me pull up another screenshot now. Um, I want to find this other one. It's like scrolled up more. Not this one. This one's got a bunch of good stuff too, but not this one. Let's see. Let's get this one. I'm gonna just stream my screen so you can see everything. All right, there you go. Okay, so this one right here. So So this right here, this is another huge thing. This is crazy amount of things you can get from whatever this is. So you just previously made a point that this might possibly not be free due to this meter right here that looks very similar to the ultra rare summons. And it would be too good to be true to be free because you've got three ultra rares here, one of them being King, which is like a very strong one.
Hmm.
Then you have an Overlord rune and two random non-ultra rares. You have a equipment chest. You have SP level crystal. Like it's all over the place. But um, then you even got time tickets here, and you have the stamp upgrading, and you even have another accessory chest here. So it's like all over, and it's all in Japanese too, or Korean. I'm not sure. Um, Chinese, and it looks great. It looks crazy, and I have no idea what to expect. But like, even if it does cost money, maybe you know, I'm hoping it's not like the current event that's going on right now, where you have to like it like mixes everything up, and then you click a box and it randomly reveals something. Like, I hope it's not something like that. You know, I hope it's something where like if you do have to spend money, it's like it's achievable. Without just
Yeah.
dropping a bunch
For
of
right
random stuff.
now, for me, my only guess would be it'll basically mirror um Encore.
Right.
Like, they'll probably give you like those packs where they're affordable, and you would just hoard that unless you're trying to whale it. Like, I mean, like, for this event, I feel like you wouldn't need to whale it,
Mm,
but like it helps, right? Like, say like they give you those 3 packs where it's affordable. You buy those weekly,
exactly.
and you get what you need, but it's like you can also get like the time tickets, so that kind of it works with the
Exactly.
Encore event.
But it's so
So it's like
weird.
until
It's
this
so
comes
weird.
out, yeah. So like until this comes out, we won't know, like, let's say like the best way to,
Go
I
about
guess,
this.
like, yeah, like you could do this event, get the affordable packs weekly. That gives you more time tickets, and then like every week you're buying those affordable packs for the time tickets, and so getting UR should be way easier. That's what I'm seeing.
Me too. But like you said, we can't really tell until it fully comes out because it's all over the place. You have the currency to buy these things, which is right here, and then you have a numbered dice, and then you have some random box here, and then you have a ranking system on the left between yourself maybe because you don't really see like any other names or competitors, and then there's at the bottom here, which I'm gonna pull up a better screenshot of to like actually see what that is. So here. So here is the full image of the rewards we were just displaying. So this is like the layout of it. You got Luffy here, which would be like the starting area, I guess, and then this is the finish area. And then you have a middle area that's like not even um achievable maybe by some sort of means. I'm not sure. There's like a blue thing here. There's a green arrow there. There's a red arrow here. It's like, and then you
I
got
feel like
this and that and this. It's crazy.
what I'm thinking is like you have to go all the way around, right, the red, and then they'll probably move you to the blue. You go through the blue, and then like it starts over, and
Okay.
then like when you're, I guess, like, my theory is like if you're rolling the dice and you're going through it and everything, you're also getting like the rewards from the chest. More than likely that's probably going to be the shells. That's the currency. But then you're also getting like the rewards that are giving you is actually pretty decent. uh like you're getting, like, let's say the 5-star shards, the rune shards, um
The refining
and
crystal. This looks
the
weird right
refining
here.
crystals.
Look at that. That's like that's like a fire or something on that block. Like maybe you don't want to land on that. And then there's a 4-leaf clover. So like Maybe you want to land
Mm-hmm.
on that, and then there's a gift box. So it's like this would be pretty cool. And then you got these question marks here. So like there really is no way we can know. It'd probably be easier if like somebody could decipher what this is saying. It'd probably be a
Mm-hmm.
lot easier to understand what's going on here. But even if
My
we understood what it said, it probably wouldn't clarify it
The
much
only
further.
questions, honestly, about this event that I have a question about is like, let's say you roll the number three, right? Luffy moves 3 spots. Are you collect like? I'm wondering, are like you collecting the space, like the items that are on space 1 and 2, and then three, or else,
Uh,
or is it just whatever you land on, you get?
oh, probably definitely whatever you land on, you know. Because then,
Yeah,
like,
because
they would just give you everything. Or maybe you do
yeah,
get everything. Maybe you have to literally buy your way around this board, and the further you get, the more seashells you get. You know what I mean? So, like,
yeah,
maybe
that's
you
true.
do get everything. But
Because
then there's this fire here, and there's this there, so I don't know.
then there's also the question marks, like like don't know what that's gonna be, but it's just like what like
Like a
is it
battle.
the battle, a mini grand prize type of thing?
Right.
Um, and then if you look at, I guess like space one, two, fifth space, there's like that wooden sign that kind of looks to me like it points towards the inner blue.
Hmm.
Like I wonder if like let's say you land on that and it just throws you into the blue cubes basically.
Yeah, that that's gonna be insane. But I think that pretty much covers the, you know, new possible game mode slash summoning event. Um, and like on that previous screenshot we were just looking at where it was like featuring 3 ultra rares, this might be like a new way of like trying to make sure everybody gets who they want to get, you know, like while the encore summon is constantly moving forward without pumping the brakes, pumping out new ultra rares like almost every month. This one could be, you know, picking up the slack and releasing ultra rares people missed and stuff like that, you know, or like SP crystals, stuff like that. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Because I
So
mean, like the only
it's
way for you to
crazy.
get old URs would be if they rerun it, which hasn't happened for us, right? Not often.
Not
And
often, no.
then they'll give us those daily gift packs, and those will come like what, once a week, where it has like old URs.
Mhm.
Or else you get them during the encore events if you want to use your trophies as an exchange, or else badge order whenever they bring certain units back. But like, yeah, this definitely will, give people the ability to like start SPing or maxing or 11 star the URs that just been sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome, and the fact we're seeing this in another language confirms multiple things. You know, it confirms that this isn't gonna come out for a while. It confirms that there's servers in another country. You know, so like it also brings the question of like, where does this game really originate? Who's the developers? A lot of cool things. You know, a lot of cool things that people want to know, need to know. So that's awesome. I'm gonna pull up now. Um, we'll start with this. So this everybody knew about a while back, like almost like 3 months ago, but this screenshot just practically confirms. Um, this screenshot here confirms that ultra rares eventually are going to become in the wish summon,
Mm-hmm.
and like that that's pretty easy. The wish summon's like a whole different thing. It's wish tickets. It's also gems. And I don't think there's necessarily a limit to how much you can summon like there is in Encore. There's like a 0 out of 20 down there, but um, also right here it's cheaper. It's 3,000 gems for 10 draws. And for these non-ultra rares, it's like 70 draws and you get the guaranteed character. Or like if you pick somebody like a Nell, it's cheaper draws, but um, I think a lot of people knew about this, but now the screenshots like confirming ultra rares are going to come to wish summons, and that's pretty dope, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and I feel like they're going to continue adding more units to it.
mhm,
Probably not the legends, but everyone else from the other factions definitely will be in there.
yeah, yeah. Is there anything you want to say more on this part that you feel?
No, I'm good on this one. I mean, I feel like this supposed to start summoning on this more often than maybe Encore if they're, let's say, like trying to manage their spendings. Because I feel like, if Big Mom and let's say like Bardo is already in here for the China servers, like I feel like they're gonna start adding like way more. So if you need it, I feel like it's either you're doing the UR chest or focusing on this rather than trying to, using the Encore way.
Right. This is also like helping out free to play players that are always stacking up their gems. Like it's just another way because we're about to get into a whole nother screenshot here that is gonna correlate with these two specific ultra rares. So I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Let me start with this one. So you got this first image here. This is Kaido in the Summit War chest, and you see the previous ones here. You've got Big Mom, Emma, Z, and Weevil, and then you have Kaido peeking in right there. And then as we continue to scroll over, we have um, more people, and there's actually another one on the end, but like this is a pretty good image here. So like the previous ultra rares we just saw in that wish summon was Big Mom and Admiral Sakazuki, and here they are now in the Summit War chest. So like this image you're looking at is the new ultra rares that are gonna be coming in the Summit War chest, which means that Kaido, Admiral Sakazuki, Vince Mosandi, Crocodile, these guys are gonna be free, and you can start getting these guys through the Summit War bounty, through Summit War itself, through that new event we were just looking at with the seashells. Um, a bunch of new stuff, and these guys are not half bad. Like Kaido and Admiral Sukazuki and Crocodile, like these are decent, decent free ultra rares that like can completely turn a team around and crush people that don't have ultra rares or don't have just in general a good ultra rare team.
Mm-hmm.
So this is crazy. And then there's one more screenshot here of the other character that's within it. So there's a bunch. Like they're adding a bunch. You have also Bartomeu there. He's peeking in there. If there's another one on the right side, I doubt it. Can't say for sure, but we do see Bartomeu there as well. So um, it's crazy. That's a lot of new ultra rares. Personally, I think I'll be going for. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like either Kaido or Admiral Sakazuki because
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is that like eventually they're gonna add way more, right? So it's like the whole point, I guess, of this game is either you spend like crazy amount or you hoard and you wait for the basically the right units
Mm,
you build. Like I feel like for me, like the only advice that I can give is focus on one team. That's really like I feel like the overall game plan. Like you just basically choose the unit that's available to you. Like let's say in the first 2 months, and then you build around that unit, and that's it. Like you finish that team completely, and it takes you far, right? Like for me, like I built one main team, and you can basically just use that team for ranked, um, and then now worlds. Like the only time that let's say focusing on full team has its negatives is would be Zenith. That's
mm,
only because like that main team can't continue the battle.
mm.
But then you
Oh,
would technically still make it far up the ladders. But I think a lot of times people are gonna be chasing URs a lot, and then they don't end up 11 starring them. They give up on those units like way too early. So like basically, that's I think that's the number one is like focus on one team. Make sure you have the right builds. Everyone's build's gonna be different. Like if you look at mine versus someone else, it's gonna be way different. Like
Hmm.
I like crowd control, so like that's how I built my team. CC is number one priority for me.
For sure.
So and like every single one of my units, I guess, besides Wano Marco, will have some type of CC besides, like, let's say Enma. But eventually, once I get Wano Kuzan in, he's gonna also have CC as well. So Weevil, Odin, Wano Blackbeard, and then Kuzan as well. Like they're all gonna basically CC the enemy team for, let's say, turn one to turn three. And that's basically how I built my team, and it's still sustaining. Like I haven't gotten a new UR since Wano Marco.
Can you send me a screenshot of like your current main team so that I can like sort of show the viewers and anyone still watching up to this point, um, so that they can see like how you're doing it. Like you could show
Yeah,
off your team real quick.
yeah. Give me one sec. But yeah, I mean, like if you, because like if you're playing, let's say some like you remember our top three was Choppa. Remember, like he
Oh
literally
my
the top
gosh,
three,
yes, he's gone
and
now.
he basically yeah, so he basically played almost the same style as Loktar, but he just basically couldn't keep up anymore.
He got burnt out.
And that's the thing is that like just because
Dang.
you're spending that much doesn't mean you win because like at that time like they I think had already doubled or tripled the amount of money that I had spent, but then they like couldn't beat me in ranked because they say like
I
my main
remember that.
team,
I remember
yeah,
that.
like it just kept it, it
And
just keeps.
Mizoro and Wanazoro was like just getting the job done, man. I remember that.
Yeah, so basically yeah, it's like you focus on the main team, you win almost everything, like arena, uh you're gonna have some fallbacks here and there. Let's like Summit, like your other teams are gonna be subpar. Like Zenith, you would um, might not rank as high as you would in Worlds Arena or ranked, but like eventually, once you are kind of finishing your main team, then it starts trickling down. Like the units that I used to transfer. Like I use Wano Luffy to transfer to Enma.
Mhm.
Like you start swapping stuff, and then they filters down to your second team and then your third team, and eventually you're gonna have like your third team will be like all the units you used to transfer, and then you're gonna have three pretty strong teams
Right.
for sure. You're gonna have two strong team, two mains, and that's all you really need. Like you don't need like any more than two full teams.
Okay. Um,
But
so
yeah,
it's been
like
a
I sent
minute
you.
since, yeah, I'm looking at it right now. It's been a minute since I've seen your team. It's like looking very strong. So you've got Weevil and Wanamarco in the front. So big boy tanks in the front, and then you got Wano Blackbeard chilling in the middle, sort of like, the good foundation. Odin in the back, that's pretty interesting, and then Enma Zoro hanging
So
in there with the big dogs. That's a
I guess
very
we can go through
strong
this real.
team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can
yeah,
go
go
through
ahead.
this real quick, I guess,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
to give like an insight, I guess, and then we can end it whenever.
Yeah, yeah,
But
for sure.
Odin, right? For me, should maybe be a little higher on the tier list, but I haven't fully maxed them out yet, like SP wise.
What is he good at?
Uh,
Like, what is he really good at? Like, Weevil's really good for his taunting and like his like, revenge, minus extra
so
damage to the battle ends, all that. Like, what is Odin really good at?
so for me, I feel like let's say like Wano Marco or even regular Marco, right? They're
Mm-hmm.
line attackers. So wherever you set them, they only hit that line, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of move them around. Like Wano Marco, he decreases the enemy's team defense
Mm-hmm.
or like damage reduction, all that. So like if you he only stays in that line. So you kind of have to, let's say, if you want to wear down the enemy's tank or certain units, you have to
Mhm.
move them to that slot. But Odin, he only hits the line that has the most units
Okay.
naturally.
Okay.
So that was makes him really good. So like his T2, he has the chance to stun. He looks for the line that has the most units.
Mhm.
That's one of the main reasons why um, I have him in the. To be honest, like I kind of want him to be where Wano Blackbeard is, so that like he, because if you set him, let's say where I am right now, and the other team is running a similar formation,
Mhm.
he will only hit that line because like both lines has two people, so he'll prioritize the line he's in. But if you move him to where Wano Blackbeard is right in the middle, he'll swap back and forth. Gives a chance he'll hit the top line that has two or the bottom line that has two.
Right,
So
he's
that's why
more versatile.
yeah, so that's why I kind of like to have Wano Blackbeard in the middle so that he doesn't, let's say one does get hit by the other team's Odin, or let's say most of the time Wano Marco is either top or bottom, so Wano Blackbeard doesn't get hit.
So level 310, is that really hard to achieve? Like how much gold and XP does it cost like to level up at that point?
So for fleet, it's basically just you just basically kind of weigh it out. I wouldn't recommend, let's say, doing a daily what's it
So
like the
fleet.
story when you go in the story and you're doing the quick
Mhm.
battles.
Mhm.
I would do enough just to do the daily challenges. I think that you have to do, let's say, like 5 quick battles
Mhm.
a day. That's what I normally do. I just do five, and then whenever the that event, the training path, it asks you to do 6, I believe. That's
Mhm.
the only time I do more than 5. And then like in the beginning, you're gonna basically be low on belly and exp, especially belly, and then also the breakstones. But once you have a full, let's say like 11-star team, and then you're not chasing a lot of characters and trying to level them up and ascending everything, you're gonna have a lot of like belly and then breakstones, and then exp is the only thing that kind of holds you back a little bit. But that's why I would recommend doing quick battles at least 5 every day, just so you're getting like the daily task done, and then you're getting more exp.
Okay. All right. So is that how fleet works? It's like your level or it's not based off of like gold or
Uh,
XP?
so so fleet, you need all your characters to be 11 stars. I think that's what unlocks it.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just like you have to reach the certain amount of exp and a certain amount of belly, and then you just hit upgrade and it'll go up a level, and then it just keeps repeating.
For
And
all of them.
then for everyone, yeah.
Okay, so all the people in your
Like,
fleet now are like the baseline for everyone else you put in. You hit upgrade
yep,
now, everyone just went up to 281, 282.
yep. So basically, we're gonna be doing this until we get to the 340. That's basically the max right now is 340.
Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm slowly working in towards doing right now. Like I was ascending my Wano Luffy up there because he's a really good non-ultra rare. I was ascending him. Um, I have a couple non-ultra rares that are pretty close to it. I've been saving up, like literally I've been putting all my resources to use. Like I literally just used 15,000 breakstones to ascend Weevil just today. So, um, yeah, man. I think that about does it. Um, for the um video and everything. So boys, if you've watched up until this point, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'm gonna be putting Crow's YouTube channel and the title, the description. As you saw there, He's been doing this for a while, you know, and he certainly knows what he's talking about. Very strong. His Discord will also be in the description as well. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Comment your thoughts and everything as well towards the future, what you think about everything you just heard and saw, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, to the both of us, you know. I think we'll be uploading more Bounty Pirates content as the future goes on. Um, Definitely, I think Crow will. Me personally, I'll be doing that as well, but not to the same extent. So, like, if you really want, um, you know, a full-time Bounty Pirates YouTuber, I think Crow is sort of leading in that direction. So be sure to show him some love and subscribe. And you know, we got a new tier list, got a lot of leaks and information. You know, it's all great. So yeah, as always, I hope you have a blessed day and see y'all later. Peace.